Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. I'm here with your pick a card tarot reading for Sunday, February 7th, 2021. Can you see the magic in my eyes? I just, in keeping the theme of never got that before for that animal or that card, the cricket card has popped in for you all today. And all I could hear when it showed up was something I've never heard before, which is anything your heart desires will come to you. What's that from? It's Pinocchio. It's Jiminy Cricket. And it really is the theme of today's reading. So, listen, the crown chakra is today. It's Sunday. The sun is shining on us. It's giving us clarity. And, crickets have long been associated with a moral compass, with singing your own song, so many things that have to do literally with the movie Pinocchio. And today is no different, but it is different in that it's never happened before, ever. And I'm a Florida girl, man. I've been to Disney more times than I care to count. And I still watch Disney movies and still watch, cartoons and that kind of thing, because I'm never growing up. Don't do it. It's a trap. And it rather than kind of the traditional symbolism of cricket, really what Spirit is asking me to talk with you all about today and give you the message of today is, it's magical, but it's no joke. And what that means is things that you want people to think about you that may or may not be true, things that you think about other people that may or may not be true, you're really being called to take a look at that today and see it through a higher, like a higher place, like through your crown chakra. Not like taking the high road, but looking for a deeper vision from above, right? More of a psychic kind of thing than just a judgment kind of thing in your mind. And part of that does have to do with really the traditional spirit, totem, and power animal meanings of cricket, because they, people have a misconception about how crickets make their noises. And most people think that crickets, the songs that they sing or the sound that they sing, that they get it by rubbing their legs together. That's not true. What happens is that they've got a thing that they do with their wings. And it's kind of like scraping one organ on a wing in a comb-like organ on the other, if that even makes sense. And that's definitely a call for you to really take a closer look to how someone is singing their song or how you're singing your own song. Or are you not singing your song because there's an entire faction of crickets that have evolved to be completely silent? I mean, they run the gamut. And they run the gamut in color, and they run the gamut in size, and they run the gamut. But interestingly, most female crickets don't sing. What happens is crickets are their songs, right? When you hear them do their noises, some part of it is to talk about the weather. Like the hotter it's going to get, the closer the closer their little chirps are together. And then the colder it gets, the farther they are apart. But mostly crickets sing out of love and anger, right? It's like that perfume commercial from back in the day. There's a thin line between insanity and love. It was the dumbest commercial ever. But people loved it. So it might sound like I'm a little floaty and a little all over the place. I am. Because as cheesy as this is going to sound, you really are being called to feel the Disney magic. Now, maybe you could care less about Disney as a kid or now. Maybe you never went to Disney. Maybe you think they're too syrupy, too cheesy, too cheeky, or not cheeky, but cheesy and just completely unbelievable, right? It's just too much goody-goody, for you. But there really is that kind of beauty and that kind of innocence and that kind of, I'm gonna get all teary-eyed about it. There really is that in the world. It does exist. It's a little harder to see, I think, as we get older. That's a shame. We should make sure that we stay connected to that magic, right? To being able to see the magic, because if you don't see the magic, if you're not willing to see it, you're not willing to believe it, why are you watching this video? Why do you care anything about spirit, totem, or power animals, or tarot, or psychic, or mediumship, or crystals, or Reiki, or, you know, I can do this laundry list all day long, but the Disney magic really is inside of you. That said, you know, as encouraging as that sounds, remember today is Sunday, and that's about shining the light. And a lot of times when we shine the light, we're going to have to shine the light in some dark spaces and places inside of ourselves, outside of ourselves, and inside of other people. And we're being called to be honest about that, because, you know, we don't want our noses growing like Pinocchio, right? So there may be some uncomfortable truths for you to look at about yourself today, but this is crazy. Here's what I just heard. It's not necessarily about what you think, because the dark places could be those places that are just keeping a lid of the light in your bushel. It's stopping it from shining. It's stopping it from opening and you releasing your own magic, right? For all of the silly reasons that we tell ourselves, and they're silly reasons, every slap one of them. In that, I also am being told that if you really want anything that your heart desires to come to you, like Jiminy sings, and you want to, you know, when you make a wish upon a star, that's great. But if you're wishing out of alignment with what your energetic vibration is, like you may be a habitual liar, you may be a habitual hider from the truth, you may be a habitual, you know, you believe people when you know you shouldn't. You believe people when you put your trust in other people that you know at your core. Like truth, right? Today is all about the truth, and it's all about how you sing your song. It doesn't matter how other people think you sing your song. It only matters that you sing your song. And, you know, without going down the whole rabbit hole of, you know, I can make a lot of jokes about most female crickets don't sing and how they've been oppressed. And, you know, because already in my comedian's mind, I'm seeing little female crickets marching along in their little suffragette outfits, right? You know, we're gonna claim, you know, it's not really like that, but it does bear figuring out why they don't have the wings. That their type of wings, generally speaking, are not the kind of wings that can make those cricket noises, to sing those cricket songs. And that's something to think about. Maybe there's a call for you to step into the seat of the feminine divine inside of yourself. You know, the divine feminine, the goddess energy. And that's regardless of what gender you identify with, completely regardless of it. And claim a power that you want, or find another way to create that song. You know, I guess it's not so important to female crickets. They haven't found a different way to sing their song, but it's important to you. And so, you know, maybe you don't have the little wings that can do this and, you know, the next thing you know, you're on Broadway, right? Maybe you don't have that, but you might have another way of doing it. I don't know. You might play an instrument. You might, you know, actually use your throat chakra. I don't know. You may pay. You may play the washboard and the spoons for all I know, right? I don't know. I love me some bluegrass. I can clog my face off. So clogging, by the way, is a down home, kind of like tap dancing. So anyway, where I used to could when I was younger, God knows I'd probably crack a hip now, but there's just, you know, I just feel so floaty for you guys, because something is unfolding that is unbelievably magical. And I'm riding that, you know, on a magic carpet ride through you guys. My God, I'm going to start singing every Disney song there is. Now I'm on to Aladdin, right? Okay. So, but I really am doing this whole floaty thing through the wild pack, the energy of the wild pack. And I'm being able to have like this bird's eye view, or this magic carpet eye view of some serious magic unfolding, and it really has just kind of like started to blossom this week inside of you, where your any falsities, any falsehoods that you were telling other people, telling yourself about, you know, why you couldn't move forward, or you might have told a big fat fib and be feeling real terrible about it, and you know, come on now, you know, you got to fess up and make it right. Or you know that someone else has told you a falsehood and you're like, oh, I've got to do something about it. I can't, if I let this slide, potentially X, Y, and Z worse issue could come from it. Truth, you know, truth, justice in the American way. It's like everything that, every symbol that you can think of that has to do with honor, and it has to do with, a moral compass and liberty and justice for all. It really is resonating like that in my head, right? Like I'm about to break into the Star Spangled Banner. So it really is like that. So it is that deep and profound, but it's also so magical because the freedom, the release that's going to come, and the magic that you're going to create and be able to create. And this is let me just say, this is a long lasting thing. I see in my psychic eye, I see spirit symbol. When spirit does this for me, we're not chopping up something. Spirit's like, and on and on and on and on. So whatever this tide is that you've turned, the corner that you've turned, whatever it is, maybe you've got to, you know, you've got to get past this tide, this corner. You've got to turn that about the truth issue to be able to move to that. It's going to happen, and I mean happen, but double Dutch quick. And I can't wait for you guys to share in the comments what it's all about, because it's just, I know if I say magical one more time, you know, one of the fairy godmothers is going to come down and bonk me on the head for being repetitive, but I just, it is true magic. It's not the magic people joke about or they wink their eye, you know, and you know, I believe in it, ha ha ha. It's not like that. It's like you'll even turn around and go, did you see that? Like, why, yes, I did see that fairy dust. Yes, I did. And yes, I did see. Yeah, you know, it's like going to be that obvious once you get to the truth. Once you reveal the truth, find the truth, make it right for not telling the truth, whatever all of that means for you. Anything your heart desires will come to you. So I hope that's helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where more metaphysical magic happens every day. And you know what? I just love you guys. I'm also going to, so you're going to also start hearing me say, do good for animals. Especially since I was at that sanctuary last week. Farm animal sanctuary. Oh, my heart, my heart, my heart. So do good for animals, and do also what? Stay wild.